Hey, what's up, Skyball Gamer with Imagination Creation Films, and today it is Friday, December 2nd, 2022, and that means it is a live stream day, afternoon thing, whatever, and sorry, I was going to do one of those one-liner phone things at the beginning, but I literally did not remember to do that until 22 seconds before it started. I tried to come up with something funny. 22 seconds is apparently not enough for me to be funny, so you get a normal intro. How are you doing? How is everyone? How are you feeling? You doing good? Everything good? Staying busy? Yeah. Yep. Things are going good over here. Feeling good. Feeling pretty fantastic. Silencing telemarketer. Yeah. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. It's oh man, so much to chat about and talk about and interact and all the fun things. Got 2 reviews done, and it is they will be. Let's see, we'll have one. I'm trying to bank these a little bit here so that I can focus on, because what I really want to do is one serious video a week, which would be like a review or a tutorial or something like that. And then a second video midweek, goofy, silly, weird, all that crazy stuff. And then of course you get your Friday. So we'll see how to space these out. We got lots of cool products to chat about. Yeah, we got lots of cool stuff here. I'm excited. It's the holiday season, so I mean, even if you don't celebrate in this holidays, isn't it still kind of a fun time of year? It kind of is. I mean, it's sad that I don't really have any kids around, so it doesn't quite feel the same, but the mood is there. People feel it, and I feel that, which, that is how things go. Hello, Camille. How are you this evening, your late night for you? Luca, how are you in this late night for you? Jeremy, hello. You're more close to this time zone. Ollie, good evening, Ollie. It's evening for you. Hope everyone is doing well. Got the kitchen set kind of going here. We've been playing with it for a little bit. By we, I mean it's me and then my wife. The royal we. And it's coming along. It's a little sparse right now. I mean, that's what it looks like at the moment. Got a little sparse. I don't know what to do on the back, because the back can't be super busy right now because it's literally my seamless wall as well. So seamless has to get pulled in front of it, and it's we're working with like some light patterns, because right now there's a little bit of pattern on the wall, but not enough. Not what I want. I want to create a little more mood there, and we got some nice close-ups. Whoops, this will be the roving camera, and then all the good stuff. But we'll dig into that here in a little bit, because I definitely welcome your suggestions. I would be interested in your thoughts, because I was literally going to shoot something Monday and put it out, and then right before I went to shoot it, I thought, let me go check a couple of other cooking show channels and see what is out there. And there's like 3 different methods of cooking shows out there. I'm interested in what is interesting to you, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. Camille says, waiting for the FX3 Mark II. Yeah, I feel like that should be pretty good. I'm just kind of wondering what they're going to do, though. We've chatted about it before. Do they stray away from the 4K? The large pixel CMOS sensor? Do they stray away from that? Because if they do, they're going to lose some low light. So how are they going to balance that? Should be interesting. He says, oh, nice. Looking good. Some green plants would be nice too. Some plastic ones. I like plastic ones. Yeah, I would like an ivy, which I mean I can get up and walk over there. We'll do that in a little bit. Like an ivy across the top. I mean, a Imagination Creation Films hat on the top shelf looks kind of silly, and plastic fruit looks silly. But I mean, it looks a heck of a lot better than it did when it was just shelves. And that looked a heck of a lot better than just a brick wall. The brick wall was so unbelievably boring. It was sad. It was like I kept looking at it going, this is never going to look right. It's never going to look right. But I kept it up, kept looking for inspiration, and saying things, and I mean, we're getting there. It's never going to be super complex. I mean, if the channel takes off and everything does really well, and maybe it makes some money to do kind of stuff, yeah, we'll definitely build it out much bigger. Maybe actually have a kitchen set. But I mean, I have gas. There's that's a working gas stove. I've got running water. I mean, we got all the good stuffs. I'll go put in a plant in there for you. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna give you a plant, just right there. There we go. Just a random plant. And now Luca has a plant. There we go. Yay! Okay, where we go? Yeah, Camille, you're right. Aperture spotlight with a window projection would be nice, but and I literally went back and forth because that is like my standard go-to. The motivation for that, for it to be projecting somewhere on the back wall, which, I mean, I'll be standing there. We'll get to that in a minute. Me standing there. But in order to do that, it would need to be motivated from a window, and the set is really wide, so the motivation kind of falls off. What I was thinking more, and you can kind of see, there's a little bit of light pattern going on. I'm kind of working on that. I want to put some streaks in there, definitely motivated from sun, but motivated from a distance, so you would get like some light streaks that kind of hit it, maybe like a warmer color, because we've got the more cyan in the top right and daylight in the bottom left kind of thing. But we'll see. We'll definitely get to that. Always keep it simple with Cooking G. With cooking. Cooking G. Sounds pretty good. Hello, Jason. How are you? How is the West Coast, Pacific Northwest, to be specific? 3 cameras set up. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right now. We like to party. I wish sick today. Or we're sick today, is that it? Tech Noir, I want a Raptor. Yeah, are there Raptor shirts? I want a Raptor shirt. I would totally buy one of those. Timmy Dust says yellow, or are you saying need some yellow? I mean, yeah, yellow. Hello, Rye. How are you, dude? Been a while. Cheap. Couple of hang lamps. I could see that. You'll see the headspace here in a minute, and I really want, all of y'all's input. I mean, we've always talked about, and we've never really did it, but the let's light with Scott kind of things. I've talked about doing a live lighting where we all interact and try to point lights and do kind of different things. I definitely want to do that. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do it, but I mean, that'd be perfect for here because, I want to do something. I mean, I want to share the cooking that I love to make, but I want to share it in a way that it's interesting. It's not boring. It's not too long. It's not drawn out, but it's not rapid fire. Like, yeah, it's all over the place. Hello, Brandon. How are you? Hey, Jared. So normally I wear a red shirt, but the red shirts were dirty, so I wore a red shirt. Tis the season. Um, if I order a second Komodo, could you throw in a sweater? I don't think they make sweaters. But apparently, they make a sweater. Order that second Komodo, and you get a sweater. That'd be kind of cool, a sweater. A red sweater. Red should do like the really awkward Christmas sweaters. That'd be kind of fun. Thank you, Camille. I really appreciate that. That's very thoughtful. Oh, he says, evening, Mr. Lamb. But not like some random sweater, like a red one. So you just want a red one. All right, red one. Yep, awesome. Yeah, see, Brandon, you gotta get you a sweater. But Brandon, if you get the Super 35 V Raptor, you might get a sweater and a beanie. I don't know. You'd have to work your negotiation skills. Technomar says, I gotta say, red are so great. Just got Raptor back. Fixed supposed stitch sensor issue. Yep. Fixed the lens mount loosening and fixed my firmware issue, all under warranty. Stoked. Yep. I mean, anytime something goes wrong, when companies have to deal with it, they gotta first replicate it again, make it happen all the time. Then they can start working on fixing it. And it took Red a little bit to fully understand exactly what was causing some of these things. And as soon as they did, they're fixing stuff. And yeah, Red, good team over there. Chef Jean really just films close. Yeah, there's three styles, and if we want to talk about, we can talk about that stuff now. I mean, because there's like three styles of cooking shows right now. Damn, Brandon, I thought I offloaded a Christmas. We have hoodies in the studio store occasionally. On cooking sets right now, what I see out there for I guess formats of them, there are three. There is the stand up and perform and talk. So literally take this and that and maybe I should just demo it. Like hopefully I don't have my monitors are all pointed the other way. So hopefully you can see right now. I should have a little bit of headroom, and I'm probably a little dark because my main lighting. But you have the stand up, the Martha Stewarts, the all of the others, where you're literally just preparing everything right here. All your ingredients are laid out. That is the standard format show, the 22-minute kind of show where you shoot it 3 times. You shoot it once for method, once for beauty, and once for the performance. I wouldn't do it 3 times. I'd probably do it just twice. That is more traditional, but I don't know if that translates well today. Second format is the rapid fire. The rapid fire is basically an introduction, and this is what we're going to make, and then we switch over to B-roll, and all B-roll is all the different shots of me adding the different stuff, mixing it, doing it, all while I am B-roll voiceover, just rapid fire. Add in 1 pound of this, add 3 pounds cups of this, add 3 ounces of this, 22 grams of this, blah, blah, blah. That is number 2, and that's very popular. Joshua Weissman, who's an awesome guy on YouTube, Cookie Show, just took off like crazy. He went from like 100,000 subscribers to 7 million in like 3 years, maybe 3.5. I mean, I found him at I don't know, he's like 600,000, I think, but he's like 7 million now, and but he does really good things, and he's really fast at it. But I also feel like that space is pretty dominated and populated, and I don't know if it translates well. I don't know. And then the third method is not necessarily ASMR, but there's a mix of ASMR and not ASMR, but it's literally just the, switch over to, it's literally just the close-up shots of just preparing, just hands. So all you see are hands talking while someone is literally performing everything and talking with their hands. Binging with Babish is a good example of that one. If you've seen that one, I see that a lot. So those are the three formats that I see out there, and I don't know which one. My voice cracking. Bye. I just turned 14. I don't know which one is which one is. Y'all all vote. Everybody in here cast a vote. Number one is the traditional format, the long form, cooking the whole thing, showing it all, et cetera. Put number two if you want the rapid fire B-roll with an intro and an exit and a voiceover, and then three if you want three. What is going on? I need this prop. Three is for the kind of close-up only hands kind of thing. So there we go. Let me get back here. Okay. Yeah, I guess you could just sit there and I'll take this always. That's funny. I have a weapon hoodie, but not a Raptor one. Yeah, I never got one. It's hard for me with my long arms. Love the gray puffy jackets. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Antari Z350 phaser. Happy with it. Interesting. I have a Volcom hoodie. Interesting. You ever use color charts for filming? Yes, I do. I use I use the video. It's usually right over here, but I moved it literally. But it's the video passport. I use that everywhere I go. For the most part, I mean, rapid fire stuff, quick stuff, I don't. But when it matters, absolutely, I take the video passport, go right into Resolve, and boom, that's definitely a winner. And the data color, the spider checker, haven't really found it useful yet. Are you using Resolve or Premiere, Jason? That, to me, it changed the world when I went to Resolve. See, Brandon says, "Dear God, if I get a bunch of random sweat." Love the great. Yep. Red should size their shirts via camera size. Like a Raptor XXL. I love it. It's freezing here. It is. It's hot here. We're not in pants today. It's muggy too. I got the air conditioner on. Smash that like button. Come in there, Camille. Go ahead. Let's see. Raptor shirts are a thing, and I'm XXL, so they'll always be available in XXL. I need the XXLT because for whatever reason, I mean, well, this shirt actually does fit, but we're very careful how we dry it, because if we dried it, it probably would shrink, and then I'd look fat guy in a little shirt kind of thing. I shop at Kohl's mostly because I get a shirt for $3 when it's on sale and you get double coupon. But they have XXLTs. I normally wear XLTs, but that extra 3 inch, not going there. Love Weissman. You need to do an alternative to his open the cupboard door. Yes, definitely don't want to. Definitely don't want to steal. It needs to be unique. And like Weissman is doing kind of like an Alton Brown, which I dearly love Alton Brown. He's one of the ones that got me so interested in cooking because he explained it so I could understand, why you put this with this. That made more sense. Yeah, Weissman is awesome. Red Crocs. And add this dude can cook fridge thing. Let's see. Always, and I also like Weissman's funny. I think he's hilarious, and I think surprisingly enough, it actually brought me a little hope that you could still be funny and not be destroyed on YouTube, because I mean he's loved, and he's slightly crude, a little bit crude, but not too terribly crude. But it's funny. It's just funny humor. I like to be funny. Well, I try to be funny. I'm not very funny. Always show the food in the pan and make it in the focus. Is that Ali? Is that from experience? I thought out of focus food would look really cool. I mean, I definitely love the chef's table, but I mean, it's the wife and I that are going to be filming these. Except we will be having guests in, but I can't have the guest operating camera. So I mean, literally, we'll have. Oh, we're going to have an overhead too, as well. Uh, Cynthia will be running the roaming cam, so she'll be cruising around. Probably will throw up some kind of, that's a weird way to say that. Probably will put up some type of motion rig with the Kessie system, and have it doing something, but it has to be always interesting, because I can't control it. I literally need to set it up and walk away. So we'll see. We'll be in there, but y'all put your votes in. I want to know what y'all think. Which one you like here? I like the Sam the Cooking Guy. Sam the Cooking Guy. Sam the Cooking Guy. I feel like is that the guy with the like the really strong like Jersey or New York accent, and he's always cooking outside? Yeah, I like that. Camille for traditional. You and I, we get along. We get along. Let's see. I hate to be that guy, but how the hell did we end up on cooking shows? Oh, Brandon, are you not subscribed to Raw Cuts, my other channel? Because I'll be doing another channel. It's firing back up here shortly, where I cook, because that's one of the things that I do, and that's why. But that's how we did it. But of course, it will be filmed on red, because that's of course Komodo, and Dragon will be the roaming shot, because Dragon. Let's see here. Your Red Crocs, X-Rite, X-Rite Video Passport, right? That's the so. Get him, Tyler. Get him. I would do a Chef John model with the witty Balkan voiceover, and occasionally, I could. Okay. Depends on the recipes. I'm pretty classic style. Interesting. Top camera also would be great. Yeah, we're definitely have one. We'll have this kind of shot. Me mixing and, all the good stuff. Cooking shows are number 2 most viewed. I shot a cooking show with Leprechaun and the Queen many years before Red, and it was one of my favorite shoots. I mean, I totally dig cooking. I've always enjoyed eating, and I never really enjoyed cooking until I did keto like 3-4 years ago, where we had to literally prepare everything. And I was like, well, we got to make it good. And then I just discovered spices. And then friends sent me like spices and books and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, this is awesome. Yeah, it's been nonstop love for cooking shows. Nori worked with Alton many times. I would love to. He is. Turkey. We're in this season. Our 27 various bug seasons that we have. We're in this beetle season. They come in. They're dumb. They're dumb as a box of rocks. They fly into the wall, hit it, fall upside down, and then buzz continuously. And it literally sounds like if you took an empty cardboard box, a big one, and you put your phone on vibrate and you set it on there and you just had people calling it, and it would just go, and that's what I'm hearing. There's somewhere over here. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, Alton, I really like. I like Alton's style too. I love his humor. He's clean humor, but he's rapid fire humor, and I definitely like that. And Ollie, you're right. Chef's Table is the most beautiful cooking show I've ever seen, and definitely dig that. But I don't have the crew for that yet. Tyler says, I was at Cam Up on a cooking show. It was awesome, and we got to eat so much food. I mean, I will admit the motion control jobs were working on the cooking show, or the food commercials. Oh yeah, it's so good. It's amazing because they're like, oh yeah, we're doing fajitas. We're gonna need 25 pounds of fajitas. You don't need 25 pounds of fajitas. We do. and shot on red, no less. Yes, of course. Now Brandon's on the same page. We got to turn that page. If you didn't hear the little chime, they turn the page down. It's in San Diego, mostly cooks outside. Oh, okay. Sun Films and Edits, got it. And I saw like Guga. So I like Guga. Guga can get a little weird at times. He's exceptionally repetitive, and I find that off-putting, but I respect Guga a lot. He's got several channels. I had no idea how big he big inside, but he was as a channel. I mean, I know he's got sous vide everything, and he's got his Guga Foods, but he has like 5 editors working. I mean, that's life goals for sure. Not that I really am intending to be YouTube, but I mean, in between the jobs, unless it becomes like literally the best job ever. When you open your gear bag after cooking shoot, yes, I personally like, Ollie, when you open your gear bag and you remember that 5-pound bag of fajita meat that they said, oh yeah, you can take this home. Actually, I think it was 10 pounds. It's awesome. I hate cooking shows. They just make me hungry. Well, but now, Brandon, healthy is important. And on my cooking show, we're gonna make stuff that you probably can't have. But I will be doing keto here soon. So keto is more in lines with stuff that people can have. Well, people that can't have probably can have keto. So it might work out. It might work out. Still cannot get Brussels sprouts going. No. Hello, Ollie. How are you? How is everyone? Man, we got a crowd tonight. I love it. On Nigella, they shoot single cam and shoot each recipe multiple times for different focal length. That's interesting. I mean, the standard that I have, well, I've only been to one, but I've watched a lot of is the 3-shot where they're shooting it. They're usually an overhead. There's a roving close, and then there's a master wide. Like this master wide, I will punch in to me as well. Also, I still have no idea what it looked like. Did I look okay? How did it look there? Of course, this one will be roving. So I'll end up with 3 cameras instantly. I have 4 shots, but we'll do a 5th one as well, probably on motion. I do like hitting everything from different angles, but I don't like breaking the 180 rule. It just every time I see it now, I can't unsee it. But to your point, Ollie, the first time they're running through it, they're now I've already forgotten. The first time they're running through it to I guess for the insert shots or for, well, let's see what else they do. Yeah, so I know that the last time they run through is the performance of it. The second time they run through is the beauty. And then the first time is I guess mostly the B-roll is probably what it is. But I mean, I guess those really don't matter what order they're in, except you just, you got to be good at it by the time you get the beauty. How about a puppet cooking show as well? Oh my God, Luca, we literally talked about it and joked about it, and I was talking to Kessler about it. Wow. I mean, he and I have been talking about this for a while, but Tommy, who may or may not be out here, Tommy from the channel memberships, we were talking about it, and puppet fur and open flames probably would equal one very funny hospital visit. That's what I got to say. I literally tried to come up with a way I could do it, and even considered just making some puppet arms that I could put like Nomex inside, just in case, because I don't want the plastic to fuse if it catches. I mean, it could be dangerous pretty quick. But yeah, definitely want to put puppets somehow in there. I just don't know with Open Flames. Oscar, hello, Oscar. Nice to catch you on one of your lives, Scott. Hope you've been well. I like the shirt overall. Thoughts on Komodo so far? You're asking for overall thought? I mean, I freaking love Komodo. It is the tiniest, coolest camera, period. It is a different workflow than, say, like a simple camera like a A7 IV there, but it works and it does beautiful things, and I love it. The global shutter is fantastic. I love Komodo. I mean, has it been 2.5 years? Is that right? I guess it has. Wow, man, what a longevity! That 2.5 years, and it's still, yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. Oscar, really is worth considering. Just understand the workflow. The workflow is not hard. I mean, there are definitely ways with IPP2 now. I mean, you could just you can shoot straight out of camera and be fine. You can also grade the heck out of it because of RAW. Gotta love RAW. Anthony, hello, evening. How are you? Resolve. Okay, yeah, Jess. I mean, anytime you have any kind of weird lighting condition, I would absolutely throw up a color checker in there and run it. You're using the actual the chiclet meter on Resolve, right? I'm assuming you are, but I mean, if you aren't, use that instantaneous. Yeah, who wants to watch a cooking show on gluten-free vegan cheese? I agree, which is, well, it's why I like keto, because keto is literally, hey, how can we make all this meat, put a whole bunch of butter in it, and, proteins, fat, and certain veggies. Yep. When will Blackmagic integrate AI switching for I mean, honestly, you know it's going to come. Apple has the neural net engines in there. There's no reason it can't be done. Think about Sony with their the A7R5 now, where it can track multiple focus targets and know which one's which. If it can track multiples, why can't it do automatic switching? Ooh, it's getting cool in here. Let me turn this up just a little bit, and then we'll. I need to destroy this prop here. It's dangerous and it needs to be destroyed. And the only surefire way to destroy a prop is to burn it. So I will be destroying this prop here. I'm jumping ahead here. Just. Brandon, those who are in denial. Melly says the one thing cooking shows struggle is longevity. They blow up, and inevitably, once you do all the classic recipes, views drop and stay. This is true, and I definitely I want to challenge. So my personal challenge in cooking has always been I like some dish, so I try to figure out how to make it, and then I try to figure out how to make it the best I can, and that is definitely one that those will be the recipes that I share of mine. But I also want to do if there's a TikTok challenge, then I want to take a TikTok challenge, and then I want to compare it to a different version and then a different version, and then really kind of work it out, kind of thing. But I don't want to overdo that either. I did find it interesting. I did not realize Weissman, he's trademarked but better and but cheaper, which it makes perfect sense that he did, but I never noticed it until the other day. He had but better up on or but cheaper, I think, on the title card, and had a little trademark text. I was like, what? When immediately looked it up. Yep, sure enough, which he absolutely should. He's definitely the first that used that. Well, the first that anybody knows used it, really. Yes, this evil crop will pay. Pay. Um, Ollie. Oscar, it's a great question, and I wish I could give you. Um, I wish I could give you advice on how to make a YouTube channel go really big, but I don't I don't know how to do that. Well, I do know how to do that. I mean, if you want to just grow big, then be topical. Whatever's is hot, talk about that, and just follow the trends. I would tell you, but I mean, look at my results. I mean, my results are I grow very, very slowly, but organically. And I would tell you, always be yourself. Never be. I mean, you could if you're into comedy, you could be a character, but never don't compromise who you are for views because eventually you're going to get bored being somebody else. So try to figure out how to balance that. You know, Luca, probably the best way I could think to do it would be at the end of every show. It might be a great way to get people to watch all the way to the end, or maybe they just skip to the end. Is have a puppet version at the end of the exact same cooking. Okay, now the puppet's going to make steak, and of course, be a disaster at the same time. It might be fun. Anthony says, love the Komodo to bits, all 16 of them. But on bumps. Yeah, see, I get your joke there. But I was wondering if those top connections could lead to more extensions rather than just, yeah, you can, there's two things that I'm aware of, and Jared can certainly fill in more, but one of them is the side handle. The other one is the USB connectivity, which allows you to hook up an iPhone and directly connect to it. Those are basically the only two that I mean, I guess anybody could get the specs or whatever they have to do with Red to work with them. And there's things they could do like run stop. I'm pretty sure that could be done through the top handle, I guess. But right now, that's the only two that I know of. Sadly, you can't run them both at the same time because I really, really would love to have my side handle, and I'd like to have that little Komodo adapter on, or the USB adapter on top. That would be, I'd be happy with that. In what picture profile do you want to shoot? It totally depends, Camille. If it is anything paid, any commercial work, anything serious, I'm in S3 for Sony's. In IPP2, I am usually at medium contrast with a soft roll off on the highlights, and that's typically how I shoot. But I mean, red, it doesn't really matter because you're literally just changing it later. But like on here, I shoot like for the YouTubes. I shoot these in the S tone. So this is S tone. That's S tone. That is S tone. That is the FX30 if anybody's wondering. This is not S tone because this can't be S tone because this is not capable of S tone. But when I shoot B-roll, like the IRIX 21 lens review, which is coming really soon, and the GDU lenses coming really, really soon. Now, the IRIX on Sony's, I shoot in S-Log3. On the Red, I shoot the same way. GDU obviously can only be on the Komodo. I shoot it in that way. But I try to get the most out of it. The IRIX I will put on Komodo, and I may pull shots from it, but mostly I'm going to put it on a full frame camera because they're full frame lenses, and I want to stress what they can do. So that's, I think on Sony's, I think the S Cinetone is pretty close to nice. I do ever so slight of a tweak on this when I shoot my my videos here. But for the most part, I like the S Cinetone. I think it looks nice. I like medium contrast and quite a bit of saturation. That's me. That's my style. After considering progress, I just call them, they're clearly not patent trolls, Indio. A patent troll would be someone who bought a patent and does nothing with it and just litigates. Red has, from the very beginning, used the patent that no one else clearly was interested, because everyone says, oh, but everybody else wanted to use it. Really? No one else did. So they're clearly not patent trolls. So yeah, that's I don't agree with that. Oh, Scott, why are you doing that? Because of that. I did keto, and now I'm in a blank screen again. Did I lose connection? Will it come back? Oh, there I am. 3-4 years ago, it was before COVID, really. It was kind of sad because COVID is what brought me back to. Keto was the only diet that I was ever on in my entire life that I lost a bunch of weight. And I kept it off, and I enjoyed doing it. And then when COVID hit, it was like, meh, I just want to eat whatever I want. And I did. So I'm at the point now where I'm pretty tired of being portly. It doesn't show that much. I mean, it shows, but I wear it well because I'm so tall. Not as tall as Jared, but I need to lose. I want to lose 50 pounds. I actually want to lose about 65 pounds, but 50 pounds, I'd be totally happy with it. Oh, wait, did I? Oh, okay, there it is. Is it say that? You destroy that project. Yeah. Tear it up. Hello, Greg Caridis. How are you? And thank you, Greg, for being our newest channel member. He is a producer level. Thank you, Greg. I greatly appreciate it, sir. Really appreciate it. And hello from Greece. Inviting friends over, I will cook pasta. I mean, it's definitely something I wanted to do. I mean, when I was starting Raw Cuts, it was still during COVID, and I was trying to build a format. My format was going to be remote cooking. So I had literally lined up several people, and I don't know why it fell through, but it kind of did, where we would Zoom call someone wherever they were. They would make the dish, and I would make the dish live together. So it would be my disaster and their professionalism. But yeah, I definitely want to learn to cook from other people. And like even my sister-in-law, she's vegan, and she would really love to show off some vegan dishes, and maybe she could make a dish that I might eat. I mean, as long as I can put it with steak. But yeah, Luca, we could do a remote. Yeah, I know, Tyler. The best thing about the technology today is how believable this prop is. I don't know how expensive it is or how much training is involved. It just works. You gotta love that. I still use Eric's tongue steak sear trick. So I know. I cannot not use it now. Every time I use it, and it works so well. He says, hello, Jared. He says, hello, Tim. Soon, as I finish a little something I patented. Patents? You're just a patent troll. Wink, wink. I was thinking of developing a little expander board with extra shortcut keys that would. I would go for that. I mean, I use it's not over here. I use the little Sutton's yes, Sutton's Company. Why? Of course, because I think of it. But his little button, man, I use the heck out of that thing. It gets it gets mounted from. But I found it was a couple of jobs back. I did not have a cage on my Komodo. I was keeping it nice and light and mean, and so I had to mount the button in a different location than I normally would. And for whatever reason, every time I'd pick up the Komodo, I would push record. And I was holding it, and then I would go to press record, and I'm like, I'm not recording. And I had to press record again. And it took me, I'm a little dense apparently. It took me quite a while to figure out that I was literally holding the record button the whole time. But I dig that button. Mutiny, thank you. Mutiny.io. And I love that thing. So yeah, I'd totally dig some little buttons if it's possible. I guess it's possible with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, but unless bed beats me, well, you never know. A Gregory tease, yes, indeed. You have to watch your cholesterol on keto. This is true. My cholesterol is a little high, but not real bad. Even for as plump as I am, I have to watch it a little bit. And I feel like with me on keto, I got much healthier when I lost that weight on keto. I felt great. I feel better today than I did before I started keto. So clearly, and we definitely aren't eating the same way that we did before keto. So there's definitely long-lasting health benefits and habit changes. But I'm going to enjoy my pizza again. Just shortly popped in the middle of a shoot. Please mention the full spectrum IR Komodo. Yes. Full spectrum IR. Yes, he definitely wants that one, and I have that video still in the queue that I have to get out. But I'm getting closer because there was that one, and there was the Vazen lenses that both were sitting out there that both need to be done. And if you look carefully, you can actually see some in the Vazen. But yep. Reddit says, Ali, yes and no. Depends on the food sources you're using. I'd say you should watch your cholesterol on any diet. Blood work should be a normal thing regardless. The one good thing about where my wife works is I get all the free blood work that they want. I told my doctor, I was like, buddy, if you want any kind of test, you just pop it through there. I'll get that blood work done because I get that for free. But that's about it. Power from Denmark. The film magic is with you. Appreciate it. Gallstones on keto. Wow, interesting. I don't know. I would finish a sentence once. I would probably get my blood checked now on keto just after I do it for a while. But yeah. Yep, Lane. Yep, Mutiny. Thank you. You're Mutiny for the win. Yep. Yes, they certainly can. More often than not, because they didn't eat the right type of fat. Yes, that's correct. They're genetically predisposed to it, and they didn't increase physical activity. Yeah, that is something I'm looking forward to as well. The wifey will be beginning to work from home here soon, which is going to be great because we've already committed to her commute time in the morning is going to be exercise. So we're going to go walking, eventually do some light running, not destroy our knees running, just exercise in the morning to replace that. And then the evenings, you get film stuff. Yay! Which is cool. Keto isn't for 95% of the population. I don't know. I know that keto does wonderful things for people with diabetes, depending on the type that they have, and doctor, I guess, regulated, but I mean, I know many diabetics who have like progressed many different levels better. Some completely off of a pill, some not having to take shots. I mean, it's kind of magic for that. Fortunately, I am not a diabetic, but I mean, I certainly could if I continue on this enlargement journey. Tyler says, I just want ELQ on Komodo. I'm with you, Tyler. I hope we get an amazing Christmas present this year. Scott just got some fun lenses for the Komodo. Oh, yep. Scott, comma. I was like, no, I didn't. You got the 7 Artisans T105s. You should check them out. Interesting. Yeah, we'll check those out. Tyler, all we want for Christmas is ELQ pound. My next set of lenses will be Silver Flare Laowa Nanomorphs. What was the deal on the Nanomorphs? Oh yeah, they're on VRaptor. They were saying that some of the Nanomorphs only cover on 5K, but 5K doesn't have the anamorphic modes in it. It only in 6K, and so it vignettes. So I guess it ultimately doesn't matter. You could just punch in on 6K, but yeah. ELQ would be amazing. Greg says, I'm torn between Komodo and Komodo, full spectrum, and Komodo monochrome. Different horses for different courses, for sure. Well, Greg, maybe if the patent gods shine on you well, maybe you'll be able to afford both. A Komodo M? What's a Komodo M? That'd be a Komodo monochrome. Ooh, Adam. Hello, Adam. What is my favorite movie and why? I have a ton of favorite movies, but I would suspect the most important answer here would be the movie that is one of my favorites that had the most impact on my life, and mostly my filmmaker career, which was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That movie just absolutely blew my mind at the beautiful use of light, the ability to use practical effects, which before CGI, practical to accomplish amazing things. I love it. It's got some weird story quirks in there, but it was absolutely incredible of a movie, and it had a huge impact. But I mean, there's been a lot that do. A lot of Spielberg. Spielberg does some amazing stuff. Recenter Fincher stuff. Fincher gets me on story, and well, I mean, there's definitely visuals with Fincher too, but I crave a Fincher movie because there's always going to be something wild with that story, and I always dig that with Fincher. I really, really, really liked the recent Top Gun. I mean, like beyond liked, because it was a simple movie that blew it out of the park. I love it. Monochrome. Oh, duh. Gotta sleep. Night, Camille. Have a nice evening or night. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate the nice little gift for the prop fund. I appreciate that. Really, I do. Thank you. 7 Artisans 35 1.5. How is it breathing? Interesting. Yes, keto can be great. Yeah, but Brandon's also like, how do we get on cooking? Hey, let's talk keto. It'd be great for pre-diabetics because it reduces the resting blood. Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know all the science about it yet, but yep. I do keto and intermittent fasting. It's hard in the winter when it's cold. Yeah, it's true. It is true, but I found like you can do stews and soups with keto that are keto. You don't get to use potatoes, but using xanthan gum instead of cornstarch really thickens up, and it gives you that kind of heartiness that you really want, like with a really thick meal in the wintertime to kind of warm you up. I do like that. Wait, Jared says I'm using ELQ way too often now, way more than I should be. I would also like to say that. I think every Komodo user out here would like to say that as well. And I would imagine, since you're using it, it's pretty good. Can't wait. Greg says, I got the T1.05 set of 7 artisans. Pretty cool, especially if you want to pull a Barry Lyndon. Tons of character, both good and bad. Posted a test with them wide open. I don't think I saw that. Did I see that, Greg? I don't think I did. Have you seen Metropolis in color on YouTube? I have not. What is that? Tyler, absolutely one of my favorite films. Secret Life of Walter Mitty, I rave and praise every time. When people ask me what's a great look for anything, Secret Life of Walter Mitty. That's shooting style. A little contrast, a lot of saturation. I love it. Great movie all around. Great visuals. Do you welcome artist equity? Is there a major shift finally happening in the film world? I do hope so. Time for credit and money towards studio. I think Anthony, both Ben and Matt, as well as several others, including Mark Toya, who's been on here. If you haven't seen Mark Toya's interview, it was like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's on here, and I got to tell you, it is a exceptional wealth of knowledge of how to shoot a $70 million blockbuster for less than $2 million, I think it was. I think it was a lot less than $2 million, if I remember. He talks all about it in there. Monsters of Man is the movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a pretty good flick. Tons of CG in it, like tons. And yet he was able to do it for a really cheap budget when the Hollywood said no. So I think that is kind of what Ben and Matt are kind of going for as well, to get movies made that are not summer blockbusters. Because if you look at the like all-time great movies, or like the all-time moneymakers, they're all Marvel type movies. They're all some type of movie like that. There's rarely, I mean, Titanic was not, and Avatar is now kind of a Marvel now. Not in the literal sense, but in the styling but I have always said that what I want the industry to come back to is the late 80s, early 90s, the 80s and 90s movies, which were lower budget, take a chance on 20 movies at 10, 15 million a pop, as opposed to one big $200 million blockbuster. And get stories out there, get filmmakers in front of people. And I hope that's what Matt and Ben end up doing. Brandon says, that's why I love them. They're awful and great. A real divergence from my IRIX lenses. They're, IRIX are fairly clinical lenses. And spoiler alert, the 21, it's every bit as good as the 30 and the 45. It's awesome. It has some unique, you'll see. It's really coming really soon. Greg says, Jared, have you considered swapping the whole quality variable with compression? I don't think they can. I think it's, he could probably answer it if he wants to, but what I will say is it's not quite the same compression method, and so I don't think it directly translates. So I don't think they can just make that happen that way. I was diabetic, high cholesterol, high blood pressure before I started keto. Now all clear. Awesome, dude. That's the kind of stuff I like to hear. Because, I mean, clearly, Jason, you probably felt so much better as a human after keto. After all of that, you felt, and I felt, I had more energy. I felt good, and it was not. I'm really in tune with fakeness. I don't allow myself to be fake. I don't I don't I don't put I don't put on a mask of positivity to people. I am a positive person. And the same thing with a Freudian cough. No, when I was feeling better, I checked myself many times. Like, do I actually feel better, or am I psychically, or whatever the word? Am I fooling myself? And the truth was, I was feeling much better. It was kind of amazing. Well done. Yes, indeed. Um, Kim, Kim Layton? Oh, Kim. Wait. Uh, oh man, you gave me even the short version. Kimmel? No, yeah. You, you know I care. Been using ELQ for basically everything since it came out. Had a photo shoot last week, and the frame grabs from AK were astonishingly sharp in Lightroom. That is amazing. Awesome. Tarantino went in hard on Marvel this week. You're selling your production set of IREX. Really? Why? What's you not loving about them? I mean, I can see either way. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of 3+1, and pseudo fan of one, and another. But I've been very vocal about that. Love Monsters of Men. Yep. Congratulate Mark on his work. Breath of fresh air to see someone making great films, 2 million-ish. I feel a lot of talent is wasted for lack of funny. Indeed. And Mark went out there and showed, yes, you can. DPs are not really into red. DPs that are not usually into red give me grief when I suggest we switch to medium quality. I know they don't get it, and I do my very best to explain it to them, and I can be fairly convincing. I don't always win, but I have, in everyone that I've switched, I have a confirmed 100% success rating, meaning that they were happy with the results. Just the naming convention. Jared says, we made it sound scary for a reason. You shouldn't use it for anything important, but I am. I don't think ELQ sounds scary at all. I think it sounds awesome. And I guess extremely or extra low quality? No. Extra loving quality. That's what I'm going to call it. Tell us more about Tarantino and Marvel. Sounds interesting. Yes, he did. I love them, but I don't really need them. Yeah, I mean, I get that. You can definitely don't. Oh yeah, wife's in the car. Wife's earmuffs, please. Cover your wife's. Yeah, there's definitely such a thing. Wait. Okay, now she has one. There's definitely such a thing as having too many lenses. You can get a little emotionally attached to things, and just keep them forever. Right, Phil? But you can pull that off now. But that's yeah, I understand that. But I'm trying to collect them all. Check out the podcast he did with YHM Studios, YMH. Yeah. And because I have no confidence that they're going to finish the set in time, they are. Kamal. Kamal. That's, yeah. Kamal. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out which part was it that you shorted Kamal. Kamal. Got it. Um, Stalo Studio. I have a set of Zeiss ZF2 lenses for Nikon. What are your thoughts on using these lenses in the red Komodo using a Metabone speed booster adapter? I mean, if yeah, I don't. Is there an RF to Nikon Metabones? Probably is. Um, I mean, if they cover full frame and you get the right speed booster, they're going to work fine. If you like the Zeiss, I have a love hate with Zeiss. There's some Zeisses that I love and some Zeisses that I don't. But on Komodo, if it'll adapt and it'll cover, it's going to look as good as it did on anything else, maybe even better. Scott, you're a bad influence. I am, indeed. Kamal, by the way, new vintage lenses from DZO, amazing. It's on Cook level. And I might say, on some level, it's better. Zero breathing, literally zero. Interesting. Interesting. We shot shooting with Justin Kirchhoff a couple weeks ago. I shot on Sigma, and he shot on the Pictors. And he kind of fell in love with the Sigma. I guess he'd never shot. I was just using the 50 to 100, and he fell in love with that lens. He likes the Pictors, but I mean the Sigma just kind of won him over. But I mean I'll be interested in seeing some stuff on those because they look interesting. Vespa retros, exactly. That's the only kind of influence I recognize. They got yeah, they do. Looking for sure. I just want those new Proteus 2 extra. Yeah, those are rather interesting. Those are interesting. And Laowa's got their together. There you go. Those new Proteus look sweet. Is there a price point? I have not heard a price point. Knowing Laowa, they won't be horrible. But they're not going to be dirt cheap either. Hey, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy, for being a channel member. We were talking about you earlier. Tommy, it was you I was talking about, right? With the with doing the puppet and not catching on fire, right? Was it you? It had to be you. It was either you or Kessie. I heard from someone close that they'll be around well, that would be very affordable. I think that's right in the ballpark of the Atlas. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Tim's like plus. A friend who runs a boutique rental service bought a full set of Zeiss Supreme Radiance. Oh, the Supreme Prime Radiance. Might get a chance to play with those next week. Nice. Yeah, I don't recall. Crazy how out of reach anamorphic was a couple years. Well, I mean, it's always about mass produce. If you can generate a market where it's not a boutique to make, then prices will come down always. I mean, if you want a red V Raptor for half the price, we just need to get 3 times as many people buying them, and eventually that price is going to come down as they can just mass produce. Jared's like, oh no, but I mean that's the way it works. If you can give someone enough volume, then they can get costs down further and further. I mean, look how cheap the Komodo is. I mean, the Komodo is incredibly cheap if you look at it for what you're getting. It's incredibly cheap, and it's still cheap. And there's a bazillion of them out there. No price point yet. Last I talked to him, I will ask. I probably won't be able to tell though. But Brandon, I would not be surprised if it was around that. I bought a set of Miki full frames, superb, even compared to the really, and I mean really expensive stuff. The Komodo, you get all the juice from the lenses. Yes, and Komodo can extract. V-Raptor can seriously extract. V-Raptor VistaVision can extract everything out of every lens, which is awesome. Sorry, just a few minutes behind. Tommy, just wasn't you. So okay, it must have been Kessie. I was talking to Kessie about it. Or no, it'll be funny if my wife texts, "No, it was me, you big dope." Now I'm saying bye, Tommy. Scott's right. Making a set of red anamorphics is that'd be fun. Please tell me you're going to have a red flare option. You know you need to. Wouldn't it be cool? I have no idea. It's got to be. Yeah, it would screw us so much in an anamorphic. If you could drop in the flares, drop in the color. I don't. Yeah, I mean, you'd be putting a piece of glass in between the other elements, so everything would get jacked up. But it would be nice if you could get the coatings on. Yeah, but you'd be defeating. I don't know. That'd be fun. It'd be fun, and not streak filters, like literally just the color would be kind of cool. Speaking of Kessler, I was on the road for about 7 hours earlier and caught myself listening to the Kessler. Oh no! Should I be worried? I'm worried for you. I'm worried for you. I appreciate the love. I definitely need to play a little more. Count me in for the red anamorphic. This is a really good prop. This one is. Let's see. This one is. I can't really say what it is, but it is a LFD would be the look up for people. But this is a prop. It's just a prop. It's just when accuracy of props. I mean, you can tell by the wow, it's getting cold in here. How important the way that this fake smoke comes out of this accuracy on how it looks, how it tastes, how the label looks. It's very important for that kind of stuff. Anthony says Komodo must be an anomaly for the price. When I see footage compared to other brands costing to $20, I feel very lucky, wondering what Komodo 2 could be. I mean, literally everything Red has ever brought out next is always better. So if you love Komodo, whenever a Komodo 2 comes, you know it's going to be better. And I would be really interested in what it would have too. I can speculate. I can dream. I can guess, but I don't know. There's one person who does, and I don't know if he'll spill. He probably won't spill anything. He probably won't spill anything because if he does, it could be 5 years away, and he spills one thing, and then it'll be everywhere. Oh my God, no one! It's coming! It's coming! It's not. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm a bad influence. I gotta do that. Still love my Red Pro Primes. Yeah, if the right people design a red anamorphic, that would be sweet. Well, there's a lot of right people nowadays. That is the beauty of the lens market. There's so many more entries into it that it's awesome. It really is. Jared, you talked to Zach about it. He's already making anamorphics with zero. It's kind of catchy. Is it an extended version? No, because I didn't write anymore. I literally was stretching at the end, trying to, and I just don't see any reason to revisit it. You can eventually, but those in between the lens and sensor, not into the lens itself, or flare inserts, or missing. Well, so any piece of glass, even if it's a thin piece of glass, if it has zero magnification or demagnification, it will affect the entire stack of elements in there. It will affect the focus on it. Where they're getting the flares comes from coatings and it's coatings and something else, and I don't know what the other one is. I don't have that information. But the coatings, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it can be done. Maybe kind of cool. Some of the, okay, that's interesting. Well, so, Bob, I mean, it's a fair statement because there is definitely some bad footage out there. But keep in mind, and it's true that it could be turning some producers off, but they need to understand it's now in the hands of not just high professionals. It's in the hands of YouTubers. It's in the hands of people who might never have bought a Red before, but now they can. And some don't take the time to learn. Some do take the time to learn, but while they're learning, it goes from worse to better. I mean, some of the first stuff I shot with Red was pretty bad. I have seen some stunning stuff from Komodo. I mean, the only negative to Komodo's visuals is just the slightly lower dynamic range. But it's only slightly. It's still more than so many others. So if it's shot right, and like black shading, and Scott's the worst at doing this. If you don't black shade, you're going to get noise images. I mean, so for sure, there is bad stuff out there, and it could certainly turn people off. But if they're only looking at the bad stuff and not looking at the good stuff, they're not paying attention. I'm too much into lenses now, especially not anamorphic yet. Oh, but once you do, Timmy. Oh, he's like red anamorphic, eh? A rolling shutter Komodo would be sweet. Why? Why would you want that, Tyler? What would be is it just for the dynamic range? It's interesting. I mean, there was a time when we almost got that, but I definitely like my Komodo shutter now. My global is the best. Jared, can you talk about the rumors that Brandon? There's no way he would be able to talk about that. There's no way. It's not even fair to ask because, I mean, clearly, if there's anything, then there's a lot of lawyers involved, and there's no way they could talk about it. If there's not, there's probably lawyers involved, and there's no way they could talk about it. So, yeah, it's not fair. But then Jared comes in and completely just destroys me, and then puts a smile. I tried to. I'm still waiting. One day I'm just going to get the call from the lawyers and say, hey, stop poking Jared. Komodo 2, now with 2 SDI outs. Nope, it'll be micro HDMI. If you go through some of the past streams, you can decipher pretty much what we can expect from. Yes, this is true, Ollie. This is true, and I do love I do love people going back and doing it, and I hate telling people to go back and watch live streams. But I mean, honestly, Jared's live streams get like all the views. Everybody loves those. And then Toya gets tons of that. We'll have the interviews coming soon. I blew one. We had one coming, and he's now on a feature, so I have to wait a little bit. I actually had 2, but yeah, that Cam indeed. But we'll see what the holiday season. Maybe I can get some on there. Lane says, we used some Komodo on Outer Range. It's why I bought one. Fantastic camera. Producers loved it. Yep. I think that is correct. It's going to be 3 years since the lockdown lives. I know. It's not lockdown lives. Yeah. Lockdown lives, lockdown lives. Same thing. It almost grew into its own thing. Is it Outer Range? Yeah. It was funny. Josh Brolin, I got on this kick the other night because YouTube is like, hey, you got YouTube Premium. Here's some amazing shows to watch. And I was like, I never watched 21 Jump Street because it was always on opposite of Beverly Hills 90210. Yeah, call me crazy, make fun, whatever you want, but 90210. So I started watching it, and there was an episode with Josh Brolin in there. I was like, oh my God, he's so young. Yes, I love that show. Yep. I'm into the show 1899. Tommy got me onto that one. Has anybody watched 1899? Don't spoil it for anybody. Don't spoil it for me. I got one episode left. It's one of those all over the place. It's kind of cool. I kind of dig it. I did a block 3 with Jay. Fun job, nice episode. 105. Episode 5 and 6, nice. I imagine a Komodo 2 with a variable ND. Well, you can have variable NDs electronic on Komodo 1 soon. Shall I pre-order the same? It's cool to know I own a camera that can do this kind of work. Absolutely, Brandon. I mean, there's a lot of cameras out there that people underestimate, even ones from yesteryear. And absolutely you can do that kind of work. Learn your camera, get in there and dig into it because it's really good. I'm going to shout out this guy. I'd never heard of him, and he posted. Or someone posted. I don't know if it was him or someone posted for him, but he had a video on Komodo, and it was really good. I got what he was saying, and I think he's valid on a lot of points. And it's Flash Film Academy, and his video was, "This is why you can't trust most Red Komodo reviews." And I had no idea what it was going to be, but I can tell you it was a great, honest, and truthful video, and eye-opening for a lot of people. Okay. Brandon, a guy can ask. I know, Brandon. I know, but I try. I want to make sure that people are comfortable. Stupid bug. And I don't want. I don't like star, and I'm not saying anybody is. Don't get me wrong, but like star-studded. When you go up to the most amazing Hollywood movie star ever, and you talk about the Hollywood movie star or all that, just be human. Have a conversation. Talk about what do you like to eat. That kind of stuff. Sorry. That kind of stuff. And so I like to make people comfortable, and I don't want to put undue pressure on anybody to leak anything, because apparently it doesn't take much to just kind of poke a little bit. It gives a little bit of a leak. But that's why, Brandon, I try to keep it very, very simple. Joe says there will not be a rolling shutter Komodo. Interesting. David, hello, Mr. Weldon. How are you, buddy? Stream quality looking good. Well, thank you, David. And we need to chat. And we definitely need to get you back on. Definitely. What will really trip you out is we used Komodo on Outer Range on a night scene. Footage was flawless. It does. It's really good. It's really good. I've used some pretty dark stuff, and as you get up into the pushing out that exposure, a little bit of denoise, but it's really usable and it looks good. Only Jared could break an indie with a smiley face. That's a 3-point shot from the outside there, Ali. That's a good one. Seriously, who here has pushed Komodo to its actual dynamic range limits? Somehow, even for dimly lit scenes, I will absolutely push those to the limits. I do sunsets. I love sunsets, and there's something about a sunset that can destroy dynamic range. Also, forest scenes, forest with the sun coming through, yeah, that's a dynamic range monster. I'm sure others have done it better than me, but I could definitely put, I can push Dragon, and I even had a lot of fun with V-Raptor. I did not fully push it, but I definitely pushed into into it a bit and loved V-Raptor. My God, it was so good. Stream looking very good. Thank you, Weldon. Honestly, ELQ, extra loving quality, is all the Komodo needs. We can always want more, but otherwise, I think Tyler, I like the tap to full screen focus zoom 1-to-1 on the top screen. That's a good one. Let's keep that one and the ELQ. Yeah. I've never said how much I absolutely love Komodo footage. Just like shooting on film, it is beautiful. Absolutely agree about global shutter being an integral part of Baby Dragon. It is. It gives it. I mean, it really brings out film. It really does. And Red has always had, since Dragon, Red has always had a nice noise. It's, I mean, you can make it ugly for sure, but I mean, it has a nice noise. And Komodo has noise. There's noise. I mean, if you feed it light, there's no noise. But I mean, when you're running in low light, there's noise there, but it's not ugly. It's not. It's. I mean, again, you can make it ugly, but you throw that with global shutter. I mean, you can get some really, really good stuff. Tyler, I'll take a mini XLR. Isn't. I'll just shut my mouth. Let's see here. 1923 is shooting like 9 Alexa 35s right now. Wow. I was at Keslow while they were prepping. Nice. Wait, electronic? Yes, absolutely, Brandon. The electronic ND that is in the Excel is also going to be available externally. Go back to live stream 3 weeks ago when Jared was on here talking at great lengths about it. When he had that amazing backdrop. And it will work on Komodo. And maybe somewhat soon. Maybe. I'll just wait for a smiley face. How close are we to be able to order the Red DSMC3 EVF plus RF plus PL ND mount? I do not know. I will wait for a Jared's finger of love to type. Komodo motion mount. Nope, not a Komodo motion mount. For K2, I'd see similar specs, FPS, etc. Just slightly better DR because people ask for it. And maybe like, I mean, I mean, if we're doing loves on the K2, I would like to see 8K would be good. I would like to see a little more dynamic range, and I believe my guess on this is, well, I mean, I'm sure they're miles above where they are with Komodo now, but you know they pushed really hard to get Komodo where they are. But now it's a new day, and then they keep pushing. So, I mean, I would imagine eventually we're going to see a global shutter sensor with more dynamic range, and that'd be awesome too. I like Jared's idea. Somebody asked the question, what were your biggest faults? And he answered it the right way, which was, you know, what would you change? And I like his idea of having different options for like a 3G SDI versus a a 12G. I think that'd be kind of nice in there. I don't know. I all the things that I would want for a Komodo 2 would be things that would turn it into a V-Raptor, and it's kind of like, well, you just buy the V-Raptor, you know? It's I get it though. I mean, you could probably push things in the future and get more out of it. I'm certain you can at some point. But yeah, DR, I imagine DR is probably one of the harder things to do. And let's not, and I don't think anybody is, but let's not underestimate how much work it took to get literally the only global shutter sensor on the market right now. Well, somebody has. Wait, didn't Canon, the C700, didn't it have one with a global shutter? Current, we'll say that. Oh yeah, you commented on my comment. Not a motion mount. Either way, it'd be very exciting. Yes, indeed. That's sweet. Jared, could the V-Raptor Super 35 sensor work on Komodo with global shutter setting a Mac? I don't. Well, they're completely different sensors. So I don't know. What I would imagine is everything that they've learned building Komodo's sensor, everything they've learned building V-Raptor VistaVision, and then everything they've learned on the Super 35 V-Raptor. It's all stuff that they've learned. So in the other things that they're playing with, I mean, you got to imagine Jared's shooting ELQ extra love quality on some really cool sensors that he's not telling us about, that he can't tell us about for maybe 5 years even. I mean, you know they're playing with cool stuff. But I'm sure you could eventually get there, but I don't think you could just adapt one to the other unless I don't at all understand how they got away with it, how they got away with the global shutter on it. That sounded awful. How they were able to do it. Tim also shares my excitement for Weldon. Best sunset, top of Mauna Kea. If you haven't done it, do it. I've had some pretty amazing sunsets. Sometimes the sunsets will shine upon you. Other times, Gregory, no V-Raptor designed for speed. There you go. So speed does not equal global shutter, does not equal dynamic range. So there you go. Maybe when we crop Komodo to 5 or 4K, we could ask for HDRX and get that extra DR. Jared could probably answer that. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if you can do that. I don't think it's a processing question. I don't know. I honestly don't. And he says, I think Komodo DR is better in the shadows. Yes. In the highlights, I feel you could lose 2 channels and then use the third to reconstruct the missing signal, but as well execute. Well, Anthony, have you tried shooting shifting your ISO? And this one is tough to explain because everybody has to get out of the normal to get into red code, but you then need to use red code to its advantage. And if you want more stops in the highlights, boost your ISO and visually expose, don't clip, but visually expose properly on your monitor, not just using your goalpost and your exposure. You will then shift the middle gray to give you more stops of dynamic range on the top. And if you want to do it in the shadows, go lower. I meant just that. AK sensor probably draws a lot of juice. I was told that juice is not really the problem on sensors. Because there was someone had a sensor that was out that, I think it was the Atimo sensor, that the specs, I felt like it had a really low power, but I was quickly corrected by many in the industry who were like, nah, that's not that low. Someone's getting banned from the next Red Future camera meeting. I've never been to one. Never been to one. I did accidentally encroach on one, but I was swiftly pushed out. I was just in there waiting. I was like, "What is this?" And then someone came around. He's like, "Sir, you need to get." Oh, okay. I didn't hear anything. That I'm saying. Let's see here. So V-Raptor feels the need for speed. That's right, Reach. How you doing, buddy? Do I smell new firmware? I smell new firmware. I smell it. I want to smell it really soon. If you could have a sub 2K budget starter kit, what would you get? Camera lens combo. Sub 2K starter kit. What do you want to shoot? Ericsson, is that right, Ericsson? What kind of stuff do you want to shoot? Because that might change. I can think of a lot of cameras you could probably get for that price now, with some lenses. Tim, it's December, so maybe. Yep, we're not out of December. We still got a whole lot of December left. Anthony says, not sure I want 8K on Komodo 2. More pixel on a small surface, less DR, more noise. Yes, potentially. But have you seen V-Raptor Super 35? It's pretty. It's got lots of DR. It's got pretty noise. And I can't wait for Jared to drop his. He hinted about it last time with that they shot some side by sides with helium and V-Raptor Super 35. I can't wait to see that stuff. How many stops of DR in Canon R3 in photo mode when shooting RAW? If I remember correctly, is it like 16? I think the R3 was 16, or 16 or a little bit better maybe. I never felt limited with the Komodo. I mean, it's true. So there's our vision is weird. And I was just talking about this with Tommy, and I know I was talking about it with Tommy today because we were just talking about it. I am turning up the air conditioner for now. It is really getting cool in here. But we were talking about what our eyes can see. And our eyes can see about 30 stops of dynamic range. But our eyes can only see 10, 12-ish. It's between 10 and 14 is what experts are saying that we can see. So we can shift that range. I guess we just internally move our ISO values. Not remap or middle gray. But we can see 30 stops of dynamic range, but we can only see 14 or 10 to 14 at a time. So to see like the Komodo DR with 15 stops, you're probably typically exposing things that we would see to our normal eye, and we're making it look like that. So we're literally grabbing the same amount of DR that our eyes can see. So it definitely, you wouldn't feel limited. The fun thing, like with HDRX and these like the V-Raptor with its incredible, way more stops of dynamic range than is said. Well, not way more, but it's a lot. It starts to get surreal looking. You can actually put on a picture and compress it down where it looks unnatural-ish. So yeah, there we go. But I agree. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel limited by Komodo, but I feel like I could use a couple more stops if they were there. That's my comment, and I'm sticking to it. What's going to be crazy is how many K1s will be sold when K2 is released. Compounding. I don't know. I mean, yes, there will be a lot that are sold because, I mean, there are a ton of people that bought regular Komodos that love to live on the edge of latest and greatest cameras. So I mean, with the thousands upon thousands of Komodos out there, sorry, yeah, you're probably going to see a whole bunch get put up for sale because they're jumping to Komodo 2. But think about this for a moment. Answering Edixon's previous question, what if, and 2000 is probably a little low, but I mean, when K2 comes out in 27 years, whatever it is, what if it now puts the used ones in the hands of people who have very tight budgets, and now for a few $1,000s, probably I'm guessing, if a Komodo 2 comes out, let's say Komodo 2 is $7,500. Say that's the cheapest they could do for whatever it is. Then Komodo, Komodo will probably start being sold for $4-ish and maybe eventually drop down to about $3,500. But think about that. A Komodo 2 for $3,500 in the hands of someone that was struggling to get to 6,000. I mean, that's incredible. That's awesome. Exactly. Edison says short form narratives. There's a lot of options out there, honestly, that you could get some really nice stuff on. I wouldn't shy away. I mean, Blackmagic, the little Pocket 4K, it's got limited dynamic range, but those are not expensive right now. It's Micro Four Thirds, and maybe you could get one of the Pocket 6Ks, one of the original ones, and just a basic lens for now. I mean, that would give you quite a bit of flexibility with image, with getting that nice look. But you could also look at some of the older Sonys. Let me think which Sonys I would sub. I don't know. What do you guys think? What would y'all suggest for Edison as well? I mean, everything I'm thinking of is just going to be over your budget, and I need a few moments to kind of think on that one. Jared says, I agree with that, Scott. I've already forgotten what he agrees with. Human eyesight is like 17-ish stops or so. Komodo DR is more than enough. Yep. This was the best part of my day. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Yeah, Brandon, absolutely. Come by every Friday. Komodo with ELQ is also good for the card size limitations CFast has kind of run up against. Yeah. I'm excited. What is the? Can you state what a 512 card would do on ELQ on Komodo? Is that something you're able and or willing to share? If it is not still in flux, I guess that could be. And I know on V-Raptor it was pretty dramatic of a jump, but it still looked great. Reach, can't wait. Oh, Luca, yes. You are absolutely right, Luca. The C100 Mark II is very important. The Mark II. It is 17 to 55 2.8 if you don't need 4. I mean, I have seen stuff come out of the C100s. I owned a C100. I had the C100 autofocus, the second version before the Mark II. It has very low dynamic range. I think it's about like 10 stops maybe. But I have seen, and I've shot some really gorgeous stuff out of there. And several times I've had to wonder how close it was to 4K. It looked, I mean, it's clearly 2K, but it looked really, really good. But absolutely, Luca, a C100 Mark II, which gives you a lot of little bells and whistles, and it has the better codec. Yeah, Yeah, you could definitely get that for 1,500. That is a great suggestion, Luca. Good job. GH5, uh, I would, I like the GH5. I owned it for quite a while. I feel like the GH5S is better. I like the visuals out of it. I like, because they went to the Sony sensor on that, and I feel like it looks a lot better. And it definitely had more dynamic range than the GH5 did. But the GH5S lost the in-camera stabilization, which was nice on the GH5. But GH5S is a good camera. It really is. Now, Micro Four Thirds, I would probably try not to invest in Micro Four Thirds lenses. I would probably try to invest in maybe EF at that point, and get an adapter, because I'm not sure Micro Four Thirds is got a whole lot of future here. Now, I don't know. Still dialing it in. It's a tricky beast. Might need. I will absolutely. I will help test. Of course, I will. You don't have to ask me twice. But yeah, I would definitely dig it. Timmy's like, I test. I'll test. Have you got a chance to try the Light Widow map? Interesting for Jared. Light Widow map box. Question. What's shaking, Tim? What's the best device when recording on Komodo? Can we fill out the cards, or better stay? No, you can fill them out. There's no. I mean, be wary. Don't run like to the very end where it drops. But I mean, it's an intelligent camera. When it runs out, it will close out the file. Yeah, it's totally, absolutely run it out. Have fun. I mean, the cards, they're as you know, I did that video on flash storage, and the math on it really is. I mean, it takes a lot of recording to destroy those cards. So go enjoy those cards there, Luca. Max them out. But I do find myself stopping when I have like 8 minutes left. I don't know why. I have not, Lane. I will look into it after, probably over my pizza here, which is, well, we still got time. See, the beautiful thing about pizza is it adds a little bit of a delay, so you get extra Scott time if you so want it. You really get extra Jared time is really what it is. We still got to get Scotty to Atlanta again so we can shoot a Star Trek skit. Yeah, we do. Yeah, Reach is going to be up there this weekend, this week. Well, if things keep going the way they're going for my future here now, I might be able to get to Atlanta soon. I mean, not this month, but sooner than I was expecting. Let's see here. Okay, sorry. Hey, these are. I love these live streams. So much fun, especially when I get to destroy these props. So this is a good one too. I'm going to be well ready for my pizza. Sets will be back up in the next few weeks, so it works out perfectly. Ooh, yes indeed. Let's see here. Let's see what else is going on? So I don't think we decided what Scott should do on his cooking show. We decided that we need more light color back there. We decided. I think we decided we like the long form and we like the rapid fire. And we also seem to like the FX30. I keep going back and forth. I'm probably keeping the FX30. Is Yeah, I think so. It's yeah. When Scott types off screen, it either means he's discussing dinner. Jared's not about to jump on unless Jared would like to jump on. He's more than welcome at any time. And I just literally created a pull in my back there. No, that was not about pizza. It was my daughter. I just needed to say something real quick there. But yeah, usually typing off screen usually is some kind of coordination of some kind there. Because I don't like walking away and doing stuff, but let's see here. Put a 36-inch TV in the middle and build a window frame around it. I literally thought about it, and it's funny because if you saw on the pictures on Facebook, there is still a door on the other side. It's right here to here, right about here. It's almost in the very middle here, and I could technically do that, and I thought about it, but the thing that got me was it has to be bigger than 36-inch TV, which I do have over here when I've been playing with the virtual stuff. There's a 75-inch TV right here. It's literally in vertical mode right now to put outside this window right here to do that to play with that exact scenario. But I don't know. On the other side of the wall, we've already consumed where the door is with shelves to put all the junk that was here, because let's see. Can you see? You cannot see. So the door that was here is now just here. Like literally, the Komodo is lined up with this line right here, which is the edge, and there's a door right there. So that whole wall over there was all storage of all the gear and various things at various stages of projects. So we had to move it to the backside, which she didn't love. But if I then say, okay, now we're gonna bring the door back, she might murder me. She might. Keeping the FX30, do the lightweight setup. So that it's really, yeah. So I was pretty set on not keeping it, and then the other day I took it back out and was shooting some stuff. The leaves were falling. It was nice, and I mean I got some gorgeous stuff out of it. It is fast, lightweight. I was just using the Sony, this one, which is the look at that prop. That's the Sony 24-105. I was just using that on there, and I was kind of digging it. And then I was thinking, okay, for the cooking show, the more cams, the better, right? Right. So, and then I was kind of saying it, and Cynthia was like, well, we'll make it work. And I was like, I get to keep it now. You can hang a portrait, maybe yeah. And what I was most worried about, Tim, was getting a big enough window and putting it far enough back that the different angles on that set would 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 play the parallax a little bit there. Also, did anybody watch the comedic stand up? It didn't get a lot of views, so I figure most people didn't. But I literally had to shoot that real fast on that wall before I put up shelves. I was told I overacted, which I'm not an actor. I'm not that talented. There's a severed limb on your shelf, sir. What kind of cooking show is this? Ollie, sometimes you just need a hand, and that's why it's there. You can. I mean, sometimes you just need it. Lucas says, "Can you share your light setup on the kitchen? Will you have a backlight to help the B shot on food?" Yes. Backlighting right now, I am still in thoughts on what to do. What I'll probably will use, I'll probably just use a quasar mounted up top, because right now it's like this cabinet over here. I had to push it this way when we moved the door, so I'm using a wrong way. I'm using a quasar up here, just on the top of the set wall, to give it a little kiss of kind of daylight. It's more sunsetish. But yeah, I can absolutely share what it is. I mean, right now, what I have right now, and I don't love it. I have the 600X. Okay, let's do this. I have, and plus you need an FX30 for puppy cam, right? Now this would be one heck of a cooking show. It's like, hey, how you doing? You just cook it over with the ash. So right over here, just out of frame, and it's literally hard to keep it out of frame. I have the Aperture 600X with the Light Dome 150 with a full grid on it, just to kind of keep it from kind of washing this wall so much, because what's that? It was blasting so much. And then I normally have over here this light, which is currently cyan, which I have now changed after playing with it today. I have the Nova 600 way up high, coming down, going through a 4x4 full of half grid. And that's coming here. And then you get this little streak of kiss of light that's here is coming from the 300D Mark II that's up there, that's currently also serving as my key on my main set. I'm looking at the wrong camera. This one. Yeah, you're gonna have to figure that one out. But I try to make everything really, really modular. And like I said last week, I just found those pantograph grids overhead, and now I'm like hooked. I want to acquire a 2 would work, but a 4 would just be king, because I like to be able to quickly move sets really fast around, so I can use the same lighting. If I get the pantograph right there, then I can use it for my key on my live set. I can use it for my key on my new tech set, which I can't. Maybe I can. Let's see. Can I? I may not be able to. It's not. So the tech set. There's another set over there. The tech focus set over there is. This is going to be really weird. This angle thing is something we decided on, and that's my A cam. And I keep looking at this one, which is the close-up cam. But the tech set is right there. So literally being able to swing one light around the whole way is going to be incredible. And then I want to get a streak like here, like just kind of filling this, maybe a couple of streaks of like Tim said, yellow, just to kind of play this a little bit, to create the illusion of light coming elsewhere. And then that will allow the blue here to play as if it's sunset. You're still going to get the blue from the sky. That's really what it is. And I think up here, up top, I'll just put a Quasar 4-foot, like a crossfade, probably, and do that for. I mean, that's what I'm envisioning for now. I do like Camille's suggestion of some pendant lights or something, and I have them. And put some of the B7C's apertures in there. That's kind of a gold. That's kind of a gold thing. I can do that. And the ones that I have, I think they probably look pretty good. They're kind of. They would fit in a kitchen, and I think they're literally 4 kitchens. But I could put those and then kind of dim them down, use a little bit of a slight color shift in them, just to kind of kiss that wall a little bit. I like that. I think it'll be all right. Josh says it was hilarious. Next time, I wish for a bit more crowd work. Yeah, my crowd work was really limited by the amount of stock audio that I had. How did you get in such good graces with the guys at Red? I don't know. I'm me. They're them. We said hi. I still don't know. I do tell the story. Jared's probably now heard it like 70 times. He's like, oh. It was at a Red party at NAB years ago, back when it was the Paris rooftop. And that was the first time I was getting to meet Jared, and my buddy Bill was with me, and I was wearing this nice white cotton shirt, button down, and he makes a real fast comment and knocks his red wine onto my shirt. So I'm like, ugh. But I went to go introduce myself to Jared, and he either knew who I was or he played it really well. But he's like, "You came," and I'm like, "How do you know me?" But I mean, that's literally the first time I met Jared. I've chatted with him, well, interacted, I guess, on forums. I mean, honestly, I'm sure we interacted way back in DVX, and I just kind of like Charles Pappert. I mean, we go way back, all the way back to that era. But I don't know. I'm a people person. I like people, and I think Red people are great people. And I mean, shake hands, everybody happy. I mean, that's I don't know. I mean, that's all I can say, Chris. I don't know. Stand Up Scott did his best. Tough crowd. It was a tough crowd, especially that one lady that kept laughing. Like, ha, ha, ha. Yep. Matt. Hello, Matt. How are you? And thank you for being a channel member, Matt. How you doing, buddy? Doing good? Oops, jumped one. Any prop lights, make it more home, yes. Can motivate a backlight. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's really boring right now. Well, it's so much less boring than it was with those shelves. But I literally, those shelves got installed. I was everything shipping to me is horrible. I've got something that was supposed to be here Monday. FedEx has no idea where it is. They don't even care. They're like, oh yeah, give us 5 days. We'll find it. I was supposed to have it. So the company shipped a second one via UPS. UPS had it last night, and then today it's delayed. No idea where it is. Amazon, same thing. I was supposed to get those brackets the other day. I ordered it for same day delivery. They didn't want to deliver them. I got them literally last night, we got them while we're eating. We hung the bracket. We literally stopped an episode. Well, I told Cynthia, I was like, okay, we could pause right now, not go to the next episode of 1899, and we could hang those shelf brackets. And you can make me feel better about the choices I'm making. We could do that. And then she's like, okay, so we did. So we hung those. And then this morning, after my slew of meetings in the morning, I went and cut the wood to make the shelves. And then it was some mad dash. And I'm fairly certain this weekend I'll be like going, honey, can I take this out there? Can I take this out there? Can I take this out there? Because I need stuff on the back. I need to fill it up, make it busy, so that it takes away from the fact that it's just a simple set. You know. Let's see here. Maybe ask your viewers to record some audio crowd work stuff for your next live show, so you're not limited on the stock things. I mean, it could be fun. That laughing style, like Shane. Same. I think it's Black Friday and Cyber Monday thing. I mean, yeah, it's killing me. Jared says, I've always been a huge Scott fan. I'm truly humbled. Truly, you make me blush. Not throwing shade or anything. I mean, I hear you, Chris. I wish there was like some magical moment that happened. I mean, that night was magical for me. I mean, it is. It's honestly, it's like I tell everybody, hey, if you see me in a crowd, come up and say hi, because I'm really interested. But it still blows me away, the people that come up to me in a crowd and know who I am. It's not that many. Don't get me wrong, but they, they say hi, and it blows me away that how many people we all talk with, that we all are community with. I love it. I dig it a lot. It's true. Everyone can see you in a crowd. My wife loves it because she's like, "Where's Scott? There's Scott." And it's nice. And when we're in crowds, she literally goes into this mode. She knows it by heart. She grabs my hand and she gets right behind me and she just follows. She takes every step that I step. She doesn't look to try to figure out where she's going. She just follows because she knows that I have already divided the crowd, how I'm going to walk through it, what's the best possible way. And she just goes with the flow, kind of thing. God, this is a good prop. I love this thing. This thing's awesome. Y'all know, Chris, y'all know that Jared was DVX user, right? That like it's so wild, all these things from yesteryear that come back around that you kind of clicked everything. It's just wild. It's fun. It's fun because it's nice. I don't know. I would have said it makes everything feel like a small world. But I was just listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson destroy that statement in the most physicist way possible. And now I can't ever say it again because he's like, oh, you show up in a crowd in the middle of England and you're from Texas, and then a friend walks up and says hi, and you're like, oh, small world. He's like, you didn't talk to every single person in the crowd and say, big world, big world, big world. Because if you had, it would have been millions upon millions upon millions of people you would have interacted with before you got to your friends. So it really wasn't a small world after all. But the song is nice. It's a small world after all. Your afternoon is ruined now because Scott got a copyright strike because he sang that song. Let's see here. Jared says, "See, Scott gives to the community more than almost anyone." Oh, that's. I would say that's sweet, but it's thoughtful. Not for the views or paycheck or the fame. Yeah, Phil is exactly that kind of guy. There's never been a time that Phil has not answered a question for me, and I definitely utilize Phil. Phil is a wealth of knowledge on so many things, and sometime it'll be like, oh well, I guess I'm not, Phil might eventually get to me, and it's literally Phil would have. But Phil was literally out of the country and had no access to anything. And as soon as he gets back, he's right there, just answering the questions. So yeah, exactly. Phil is magical. So between you, Scott, Tim, and Jared, who's the tall? Oh, Jared by like a mile. He's huge. He's like 4 inches. I always get it wrong. I think you're 4 inches taller or 3 inches taller than I am. It feels like 4. I always joke, Jared's like the only guy on the planet that I can look up to in multiple ways. I'll always be fans of that. It's why Scott's going to be the first and only one to pre-test the new Komodo build in a few weeks before we roll it up. He gets decided. Oh, God. Oh, that's a lot of pressure. The truth is, Jared heard Scott blow. Now, that was a sad story. Oh God. Oh, oh yeah. And then those of you who've been around for a while know, but I mean, this is the battery. This is the cause of Scott destroying his red, and why Scott does not take apart reds ever again, ever, ever, ever. It's going to be so cheap of a replacement, so cheap, just to save a $380, I think it was at the time, for a battery replacement. How cheap is Scott? He's that cheap. I think the message I sent Jared, I think I was pretty blunt, and I said, dude, I think I really effed it up. And it took so much courage to just to send that. And the response that I got, which was a little while, didn't take long. It was such a relief of a comment, and it was just kind of a, you shouldn't have done that. It was definitely, that was a really stupid. It was just it was comforting, and it was just really nice. And I mean, it's everyone here can tell what a genuinely nice person Jared is, and it's so obvious. He wears it with pride, and it irks me that people that say negative things about red in general, and I don't mind people's opinions and their stuff, but when they say it based upon what they were told or what the general consensus or of the conversation is, it's just wrong. It's flat out wrong. Who gives this kind of time to just people, community? And who does that? He does. I mean, it's and everybody that I meet at Red is the same way. There's all amazing people, all amazing. 6'7", really? Then maybe I shrunk a little bit. I'm 6'5", but I mean, you practically tower over me. But I guess it's probably just that there's so few that do, that you stand out there. Jersey gives us a platform for 5 years to share. Proud to have been part of the first 1,000 M&Ms. Allie, thank you for remembering that. that's Allie. I merged you with my daughter. That's funny. That's funny. And I ate M&Ms for so long. I didn't eat M&Ms for a couple of years after that. And Ollie, for those of you who don't know, but Ollie is also a moderator. And I mean, he was an instant standout since the very beginning when we're doing these live streams. And he's like, I'll help. And I'm like, absolutely. And so we should all thank Ollie for joining in and helping and just being awesome and fun. And a wealth of knowledge and a dragon lover. It counts. It counts. Luca lesson. Yeah, no, it was a hard lesson learned. Tis true, but they are house shoes. They're standard. Oh yeah, you're going to see my modification of my Amazon house shoes. Yes, I do wear shoes. I cannot not wear shoes. I just can't. Well, there are a few times I can, but I mean, we have grass burrs here, Jared. No, you don't have them in California, I don't think. I guarantee there's one here. No, I threw it away, actually. I was cleaning up. Odd. My guarantee, if I took 3 steps on this carpet behind me where Rex vomited 3 times, I cleaned it. I would find those grass burrs. And I tell you what, I mean, Jared might be 6'7", but I bet you he can jump 4 feet. You step on a grass burr, yeah. Whoops, didn't mean to. Have you had a chance to use the new red? Oh God, yes. My God, it's incredible. And the Red Pro is incredible. If you run multiple DSMC3 cameras, if you run multiples of those, just spend the $500 and get Red Control Pro. Wow, what a complete game changer that is. I mean, just the regular Red Control is incredible, but being able to control many cameras at the same time, it's awesome. Lucas says 6'7". I'll have to look into centimeters. It's almost triple digits of centimeters. It is triple digits of centimeters. It's way triple digits of centimeters. Ollie is that R5C. He's got a lot of cameras and lenses. You remix also shoes. Yeah, so I mean, these are pathetic. I'm very particular about my house shoes. I'm very particular about my shoes. They can't be loose. I cannot wear a flip flop. If my heel comes up and my shoe does not, OCD goes crazy. I don't know what it is other than Scotty got OCD. So these, they looked really good. They're really comfortable for literally 25 minutes. And then they have this like leather strap that went through the front, and it broke. And then all of a sudden the front tongue just pops up, and all of a sudden I'm flopping, and I will literally just fall. I'll trip and fall with the stupid house shoes. So I literally sweet talked Cynthia into to sewing some elastic in there. We're working on a 2.0 design that's got better adhesion to the tongue, but the house shoes are incredibly comfortable, and they were cheap, which is great because my previous house shoes were 3 times the amount. And they do last, but I literally wear house shoes everywhere around here. It's awesome. I love the red image. Just wish I could use one in my run and gun wedding workflow. I mean, there's a couple of. I mean, you're almost there. You're almost there with a Komodo. However, I would say that it's not necessarily serving the wedding is not serving the Komodo everything that you need, or that everything Komodo would pull out of it. I mean, there's probably some pretty gorgeous weddings that it would look really good. And I'm not negatively speaking of weddings, but just like a generic in a chapel or a generic in such and such, it's going to not push Komodo. And I mean, you would really want that extra loving quality for sure. And then that would help, because file sizes are huge. And then with the new face tracking focus on the Red Pro, Red Control, I mean, you get the autofocus now. That's at a really good level. So I mean, it could work, but I feel like it's a little overkill for wedding. I think you probably have come to that same conclusion that yeah, your weddings would be epic, but are they going to pay you epic money? Yeah, and I get that. I mean, maybe you do get epic money. Good for you. I am not a wedding shooter. Horrible. I'm horrible at it. R5C. Oh, this is done. R5C is my C. See, that's why it's an R5C. C to my C cam and Two Dragons. Can you explain what ELQ mode is on the new firmware update? Yeah, it's so you got high quality, medium quality, and low quality right now. You have 3 steps of compression on Komodo. ELQ is what they first put in VRaptor and are working on it on Komodo, but it basically gives you a higher compression that will allow you to get a lot more time on a card. Because like right now, I shoot, I mean, I would say 95% of everything on LQ mode. It's so good, but I don't have any qualms about it at all. The only time you want like medium quality, I mean the high quality, I guess high quality you would really want for VFX stuff, but I mean LQ is really good. So ELQ is probably going to be pretty good as well. I mean, you'll probably see more traits on it, but for a lot of things, it will just blow your mind. And I speaking of being my mind blown, Matt, I honestly cannot thank you enough for the sweet little present there. Merry Christmas to you, Matt. Got your 1200 today. Nice. Still need a combo stand and a way to gel it without having to use a separate stand for gels. How are you utilizing the 1200? So the gel, you need to use one of those gel brackets that comes out and get it away as far as you can from that the cob, the chip on board. Because it'll melt the gel off of the gel. It'll melt the pigment off of it. So yeah. You would, if you're going to use it with the 3 things, you know, wow, Scotty needs pizza. The reflectors, the 3 reflectors on it. The long reflector is about as far as you need to put the gel. So if you're using the long deflector, which is a very tight, you could put gel on the end of that and you'll be okay. You will notice those gels will fade. That is a powerful punchy light. Also give it a little bit of air gap if you can. But those collapsible frames, I literally just broke mine, so it's in the trash. The ones that collapse down and then you can open them up and they have the little clamps and then they have a little arm. That's what I use on them to get it enough away. But tell me you went and you put it outside and you turned it up and you giggled uncontrollably for 5 minutes. Tell me you did that, because that's what I did when I got mine. Everyone knows if you want to truly be cinematic, you need a A7R5. Only insect focus can level up your Deacon's level. It's true. WWDD. What would Deacons do? Those patches are awesome. I'm literally editing a wedding right now. I shot on Komodo while I listen. There you go, King. There you go. For sure, red is overkill for weddings. Loving my C70. I mean, if it's a sunset wedding, a destination wedding, and the budget is there, oh, I would absolutely shoot that on red. Yeah. because you know it'll look so good. Again, Matt, I thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you, buddy. Lucas says, Reach, how many red did you shoot wedding on? How many terabytes? Just curious. I want to shoot wedding on my Raptor and Komodo next year. I would bet that I would bet that Reach is going to be very excited about the extra loving quality of the new firmware. Hey, Johnny. Hey, why are you? I missed it as I'm on a shoot tonight. So hope you're well. We are doing well. We're just sitting around here waiting for pizza. Oh, wait, I got a text. Oh, wait, I need to find it. What is this? Really? Wait, no. It's so this is so it's that my FedEx was a box and then another box of stuff with it. The box disappeared. The stuff was shipped the same time. The second box has disappeared, and the stuff is now being delivered. So that's amazing. Matt says, haha, not yet, but I did blow through my work with. Yeah, it is, it's no joke. It is no joke bright. I mean, it's definitely one of those when you're like, definitely need to think about whether or not I need to use it. But, I mean, when I was shooting with Christopher up in Dallas, we were in a airport terminal, big airport terminal, and we were doing interviews using the entire terminal as the background. And I can tell you, it was two 1200Ds we had blasting through an 8x to get the levels up. It was, I mean, it's punchy, but man, sometimes. But I tell you what, wow, will it throw through a window? Reach says it's about 1 terabyte. 30 minutes or less, or it's free. It's true. If I told you the brand of pizza, you'd laugh. But I'm. It's kind of my new cheap love of pizza. And then Timmy taught me the word. Oh, Tim ultimately taught Rex the word, because Rex loves pizza ribs, pizza bones. Because when you eat and you leave the crust and then you give that to your puppy because you love your dog, and yeah, it's so yeah, Rex he is so he is very astute. So the other day, so he knows, so it's a small pizza, and I eat 5 slices, she eats 3. And the other day, she wasn't that hungry, and I had an extra piece. The way it worked out. So he got his 5 bones from me. And then when he went to Cynthia, she only had 2. And when he saw the second one and nothing else, you can actually see on his face, it's like, I'm supposed to get 3 from you. So I told her, I was like, pull it back real quick, rip it in half. She did, and he got 3. He was happy. It was awesome. Poor Rex. He's over there. He's literally, I mean, as only Rex could. I will try to show this. I don't know if he'll let me, because he will move, because he does. Let's see if I can get it. You see how he lays? Oh, come on, focus. Right there. Focus right there. Come on. Get in there. It's like there's a table. You're not getting focus there. There we go. You see the how he lays around the tripod legs. That's Rex for you. That's what he does. He he does that, which is why the this one, you'll see it every once in a while. I'll be talking, all of a sudden he goes, because he stretches out and eats it. Not bad. 1 terabyte. Scott, what's the first thing you'll film with your Komodo 2? Well, I mean, I assume it'll be my flying car, because I don't know when a Komodo 2 will be coming out, because I would imagine it'll be a while. And I'm assuming we'll get those flying cars by then, right? with my C70 and 4 other cameras, not C70s, larger weddings, I'm clocking 400 gig. I mean, as long as you're getting the budget for the storage, then yeah, I mean, it's a lot, but it's nice. I would ask you, Chris, and Reach as well. How long do you keep your footage for those weddings? 'Cause I've often wondered that, because it feels like you could always like sell a second video later. Love to see stills from that shoot. Yep. Yeah, I can accommodate you. I just have to go back in time, a long, long time ago, in a galaxy far away. Let's see here. We are there. We're there. We're there. Let's see here. Let's see. Ah, yes. Kenji loves his pizza bones. Yes, Kenji loves everything that's food. Kenji's a food connoisseur. Okay, this is 24, so it should be right around here. He needs to adapt to the studio. Yeah, he literally conforms to the studio space, mostly the tripod space. But he always lays really, really close to where I am, which is, it's a good boy. I am trying to. So I was visiting Tim June. So it should be right in here. Come on, August, October. Oh wait, there we go. Not that one. So we got to go. Oh no, we'd be not 2021. Sorry. Let me fast forward a little bit here. Let's see. One of the lives, Rex literally done a 4-hour dolly with no rehearsal whatsoever, or you didn't even have to ask. He just auto does it. Let's see. Right now, I sell raw footage and doc edits of the whole day later. Interesting. Okay. So is this? That is not. No, that is before. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's. So it'll be right after that. Okay, hold on. Kenji will subscribe to your cooking show. Oh, yeah, I am going to be doing pizza. So I have to do the pizza series before I do the keto. Okay, well, there's, so let's send this one. Oh, it's not on, okay, well, all right. Let's see if I can. So there's the two right there. Let's see if I can get the double shot. Yeah. So okay, there's where we are. There's the two blasting through to get, because it's a bright thing, and then there's another. There's another. Oh, there we go. We got this. Yeah. Okay. So, whoop. I was not DP on this. I was cam op, assistant, all kinds of good stuff. Christopher was absolutely key DP on that. But yeah, it was a great shoot. Me 12 months, the raw material plus video delivered. Then I keep only the delivered final wedding. Interesting, Luca. I have several clients that I repeat. I have a lot of repeat on them, and I keep the footage kind of forever because I use it in the past for the future. And like I just got a call 2 days ago for more work, they want more stuff from it, so I get to use 4 years of footage, and it is terabytes of footage, but it works out. This is still going. Brandon, this is how we do things until the pizza shows up. And then, why am I getting this thing? So I just commented that FedEx said, "Oh, I'm getting my package tomorrow," and then they literally just sent another text said, "Nope, it's delayed." Brady, you must be new here. Talbot, it actually never ends. It's true. It's just a continuous thing. I haven't shot many weddings, but my plan is the same as Chris. Yep, that's fair. Certainly no, but man, we're going on nearly 3. That's what she. I mean, Brandon, have you not watched? Well, yeah, I think we talked about it. You said you're not so much as a DP, but when we had Charles Pappard on here, which is the original record holder, and then blew past all record holders. 8 hours. Jared says, "Gotta jump." Thanks all, Jared. Thank you so much. Take all the pressure off of us signing up as the Komodo Whisperer. I like that. Thanks, Jared. Have a fantastic weekend, bud. I believe we're technically in pre-show. We are. We're ready for next week. Let's see. This is Ninja Turtle time. Cowabunga. Peace, Jared. Yep. Ciao, Jared. Yeah, the international buys. Yes, Jared. And then the text is, "See ya." Don't be a stranger. I could also be a Komodo build whisperer. Just say. I get it. Always cool when the mayor of Red drops in. I think he's cooler than a mayor, because doesn't well, I guess, I mean, he's technically a mayor. He's also a governor. He's also a president. He's also just Jared. Just Jared. Just hanging out, Jared. Yeah, it is always awesome when he comes and hangs out. It's really nice, and once again, Matt, thank you. I mean, really, dude, thanks. Just blows me away. I give you the unlimited adoration and admiration. Mayor is a term of endearment. Yes, it is true, unless it's a bad mayor, because there are bad mayors. So yeah, but it is like I've said numerous times. It is wild and so personal to the community that he does this. That he comes out and says hi, and answers questions, and gives us smiley faces when we want smiley faces. Josh, what is your typical storage workflow, Scott? Super interested in that topic right now. Yep. There will be a very long, drawn out series of videos on that, of the various stages. But my typical workflow right now, I work from a attached storage on my MacBook Pro Max that has 100 terabytes on it through Thunderbolt. That is shared out via 10 gigabit to the other workstation where my wife will work, or I'm running stuff from. That is my primary, where most of where I use stuff is. Then there is secondary storage that is a true NAS storage. It is a built-up free NAS that you can build on a computer platform that I have lots of terabytes on as well, and I keep multiple copies. And then I have, thirdly and last, I have a Unraid server that is way up there. I showed it, I think, last weekend. I can't show it again because I almost spilled my drink last weekend. It was a problem. And Unraid is a very, very redundant, very recoverable, not RAID, but RAID-like slow storage device that you can build up. It costs $129, I think, for the full Unraid, and it runs off of literally a USB key you plug into the back of it. And I have, like, every drive that is not, or every drive that's somewhat big that is not being used for something else is just stuck in there, because you can completely random size drives. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters with Unraid is that your parity drives have to be the largest drive. So my parity drives that are in there are 14 terabytes. I have 2 of them, which is everything double protected on there with parity. that is, those are 14 terabytes. So I can put any size drive in there I want, as long as it is 14 terabytes or less, and it will do its thing. It is not fast by any means. It is unbelievably slow, but it works. It's very secure. Well, not secure. Security as far as your footage is safe. Tim can attest to that. Tim's been an Unraid user for quite a long time, longer than I have. He used to talk to me about Unraid. I'm like, you dumb boy, you dumb. You don't need that. And then I was like, what'd be great? Unraid. He goes, what did I tell you? Yeah, but it's and then I mean it's simple, but it's not fast. It will writing directly to the drives. Depending, like my double protected, I'm getting about 30 to 50 megabytes a second transfer rate to it, which is slow. I have 2 SSD caches in front in a RAID 0, but I can fill that up really quick. I mean, red footage. It's 2 terabytes of cache. Well, I can dump 2 terabytes to it in no time because it'll accept that really fast. But then I have to wait for it to clean the cache off and send it off to the spinning drives, and that takes forever. So you don't really fill it that fast. So I've only put 2.5 gig Ethernet in it so that I can't outrun the cache too fast, but I still do. And I will make copies. I have to send stuff over, and then I have to leave a note where I was so that it get done. But I have at least 2 copies everywhere, mostly 3 copies everywhere, which is the correct way. Better would be to go from this to tape, and tape would be a much better archival solution because drives will have bit rot, and the data will corrupt over time. So you have to rewrite that data periodically. But Unraid, I call it a nearline storage, which I came from the enterprise storage world. Nearline means that it's there, but it's not fast. It's not designed to be worked from. It's designed to be pulled from and then moved someplace to work. But that is currently my deal. iEdit says, good evening, y'all. Good evening, iEdit. Where is she? Oh, she's home. She just hasn't come out to tell me that pizza's ready. Josh's journey. Yes, I'm so stoked for the long videos. It is going to be long, and I've got these other videos that I've got to crank out here really quickly, and then I'm shooting that one. It will be done, but the wife is here. Let's see. Is she going to present herself for a hello or not? I heard her giggle as she decided whether she literally was or was not. And she's not. so there we go. Okay, so pizza's here. Everyone, thank you for a wonderful, wonderful live stream. Again, Matt, thank you so much for your beautiful donation for Christmas, and I appreciate that. Really, really, really means a ton. And everyone have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy pizza if you're eating pizza. Be safe. Shoot lots of cool things. Push those Komodos to the max. And as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions.